Hey everybody, I got a huge stack of games. It's the 51st volume. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is the 51st volume of the latest video games, and I'm very happy to be sitting here getting ready to film this now. And I've tried to reshoot this video, so I'm going to do a little break when I get halfway in. Anyhow, I picked up some of this volume, and you might have seen some of these games in a previous volume, possibly. I don't think so. I think this Ninja Turtles game is the only one. But I want to go ahead and show it off in this volume. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade for the NES. Got this at Cheap Thrills. This game was a couple months ago, and they're getting ready to do the collection, which I have reserved. And it comes out in December. I'm like, man, that's a long time. But they're just getting ready to do Shredder's Revenge, so I plan on getting that around September. Now, you might have seen me on a solo mission at that flea market, and this happened back in June, I think June, when the video showed up. Anyhow, or was it July? It was around June, July, and I think I posted it a couple of weeks after. But anyhow, I was going up to Eden Rock, and I was looking around, and I went up to a booth, and this guy said, "Yeah, you just missed it. Somebody come and bought the whole booth out of games and everything." And I was like, "Yeah. That kind of figures, you know, because resellers are like that in our area. It's not just a couple things. They come for it all." So I walked over to a booth where a guy had some movies, and I picked up a movie or two, and I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and look around, and I saw some PlayStation 2s, and yeah, I went up to Eden Rock, and yeah, like I said, I picked up 3 PlayStation 2 games, and these were good discs. Well, actually, I picked up 2 PlayStation 2 games. I actually got this one from a pawn shop. I'll show you in a minute. But I had these 2 games. I picked up Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30. There it is. And like I said in the pawn shop pickups video, these were the discs that really were in great shape. And this one didn't have a front cover, but he did have the manual. It was just a cat in the hat. And I wasn't going to kick on it, you know, for $1. Don't kick on games you can get PlayStation 2. Now, at a pawn shop, weeks later, I actually found this game, Time Crisis 3. And he's got some other PlayStation 2 games in there. And I'm going to talk to him about it. I'm going to ask him to bring some of them out. And I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to see what he'll do on the PlayStation 2 games. I told him there's a couple games that I'm looking for. And I'm going to see what he got. You know, I like getting certain games, and I like RPGs and stuff like that. And some of these games like this, you know. So, we'll see. Now, if you stay tuned till the end of the video, you'll see a big score I picked up from this same pawn shop at the time I got this game. Now, at a flea market, I actually picked up 4 games, 4 PlayStation 4 games. And I was at Penn Springs with my mom, and I was looking through some booths, and this guy had some PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 games. And 3 of the games were open, and one of them wasn't. And I was shocked. I was like, you know, I'm going to get this game. I'll get these 4 games if he cuts me a good enough deal. And if he don't, I'll just get the 1. And I'll show you the first one I really wanted, and it was Shaq Fu. Shaq Diesel. Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, I wanted this. The Legend Reborn. This is a sequel game to that Sega and Super Nintendo game, I believe. But yeah, I was happy to get that. He then sold me the Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. It's nice. It's got 2 games on it. And Lego City Undercover, which people have said is like a Grand Theft Auto type game with the Lego characters. Mm-hmm. Oh, and finally, the game that wasn't open, and this really shocked me. I'm still stunned at this. Because Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know what's causing me to cough. Oh, I was eating some popcorn, so probably that was it. Kingdom Hearts 3. So yeah, not open. When he cut me the deal for him, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get these games. Now, Daryl at GameStop was having a sale. It was a 4 for $20 sale. Games under $9.99. This was back a couple months ago, back in June around June, into June. So I walked in and I picked up 2 PlayStation 2 and 2 PlayStation 4 games, or 2 PlayStation 3 and 2 PlayStation 4 games. That's screwed up. Anyhow, I picked up Dragon Age Inquisition, which I don't have. I don't have a Dragon Age game other than the ones on the PlayStation 3. I like RPGs, like I said. I told Eddie I like games that could go 100 hours, and that's the thing about it. And you tell a good story. And I picked up Dark Souls 3, which I could suck at, because I know this game is hard. And Daryl joked with me. He's like, "Yeah, the Dark Souls games are notoriously hard." I'm not gonna be like some dude ranting that, but an easy mode in Dark Souls. Nah. If you suck, you suck. I just want to play it to see how hard it is. And it was cheap enough, like I said. 4 for $20. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. I've got Dark Souls 2. I got it at a flea market years ago. So this gives me 2 and 3. Now it's time for my favorite ones, the PlayStation 3. And I've got a lot of games at PlayStation 3. I've added a good number. And I believe with these games, I'm over 400 for my collection. I believe I am. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get started. I got Fear 2 at Cheap Thrills. Fear 2. Project Origin. And I believe this gives me all the Fear games. I like horror games like this, so I was kind of happy to get it. I got Tony Hawk's Shred at Cheap Thrills. And this was part of the trade I made for, I think the movie was Ice Cream Man. And then, I kind of find out later that I would need the board. I'm probably going to trade this one off. Or find the board. It would be kind of cool to play the board on PlayStation 3. Me sitting there acting like I'm skateboarder. Yeah. It's me, baby. Skateboard pump, baby. I had one, but I never could ride it. I was afraid of falling. That's how good I was. Another game I'm thinking about trading. I tried to trade it to Cheap Thrills, and they couldn't take it because it has the Buzz. It's Buzz Quiz TV, but they have the controller buzzer, which I didn't realize when I bought this at a flea market. Yeah, this right here irks me. Why would you have this in a game? I got this with my card. I had a coupon for the month, and I don't know how much this was because I always peel the stickers off. But this was PacMan, his ghostly adventures, and me and Daryl joked about this. He said, "Man, you can find some weird games." I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm looking for the off the beaten path stuff now. I'm trying to find some of the things that that you wouldn't think to be on the PlayStation 3." And this PacMan game, Eddie, is like a side scroller. Actually, it's really weird from what I'm seeing in this. I picked up this. Now, this is part of the pawn shop deal. One of the pawn shops that where I picked up. One of those, I think was a PlayStation, PlayStation 2 game. I picked this up with it. This was Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Tekken 2. I remember playing this on the PlayStation 2 with my friends Mark and Adam. I mean, this was back in the day. And yeah, I'm a button masher. I'm like, come on. I picked this one up for 50 cents at a pawn shop. It's NCAA Football 08. And the old guy that knows me and Eddie that we always buy movies off of cut me a deal for this for 50 cents. And he said, yeah, it's 14 years old. Go ahead and get it. Because I offered, I said, would you do 50 cents on it? It's just an old sports game. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. You buy off me all the time. And the same, like the same week after I got that, he got in a game that I've been looking for the longest time. And this was one on my list. And I'm going to go ahead and detail a story about this. Okay. Back in the spring, you saw the video of the vlog. I believe it was ECW fan vlog, where I met that lady out to buy those two Guitar Hero games, or 3. Well, she had another game, and it was called Resonance of Fate. Resonance of Fate. I'll just call it that. Well, she didn't have it after I asked about it. She said, yeah, with about an hour before you hollered at me, I done sold it. And I was like, oh, crap. So anyhow, I tried around here. I talked to Larry. He didn't have it. Computer Wiz didn't have it. None of the GameStops around here had it. So I was like, I saw it on Double Jump video games that they have videos up where they get new stuff in all the time, and I saw it on their website. And I was like, man, maybe in the fall I'll order it. Well, walked into that same pawn shop where I got that NCAA Football, and there it was. And the only thing is, it doesn't have the game book with it, but the disc is in great shape, and I went ahead and bought it. I was like, I want the game. And now I'm thinking this is probably the same game, because I've never seen another copy around this area. I don't know what it is. I've never seen another copy. Now, like I said, that's one of my heavy hitters, but you got 3 more that you're going to see soon. You're going to see 3 more heavy hitters soon at the end. I picked up Burnout Paradise. That was part of the 2 for $4 GameStop at one time. And me and Daryl joked around about the $200. It's supposed to be $2. Well, he didn't really put the period in there that good. It looks like it's $200. And I went ahead and traded that copy of Burnout Paradise I got. I also picked up Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution. No idea what this game is. It's just one of those weird games that I had to pick up for the collection, Eddie. It was, yeah. Like I said, I'm collecting the PlayStation 3 system, and yeah. And finally, we're getting to the 3 heavy hitters. The three ones that I've really been looking for a while. At a pawn shop back in June, I walked in, and the guy didn't really have anything. I'm looking through, and all of a sudden, down in the corner, he has this game, and it's Wolverine Origins, Wolverine Uncaged edition for PlayStation 3. I was like, please be in the case, please be in the case. I pop it open, because the case is all I have. I mean, the case looks like it's been through the war, and he's got the game in it, and the disc is in good shape. I was like, man, this is great. So I go over to him. I said, could I trade the case out? Because the case looks like it's been through the war. And I've got another case for it, so he's like, no. He said, I can't let you trade the case out. I was like, oh, crap. But he said, what I will do is cut the game down to such a price that you're going to walk out with it. And I was like, really? And he took it. It reached 12, right? He didn't even charge me half of that. I mean, he just cut it down to the point where I went ahead and bought the game, you know. So I gotta give him props. He didn't have to do that. And finally, at that same pawn shop where I got that Tekken Tag and that PlayStation 2 game, I picked up Minecraft, the PlayStation 3 edition. And Minecraft is considered one of those classic games. And I've always wanted to get it, but each time I went to get it, either the game was too expensive or the disc was in bad shape. And so it's either too expensive or the disc is in bad shape. And this happened 2 or 3 times. So finally, at the pawn shop, I said, come on, let the disc be in good shape. And everything was perfect. I opened it up. There's the game book. Everything's perfect. I was like, okay, I'm going to get this. And I went ahead and picked it up. And he didn't even charge me what the going rate is on it. Now finally, this is probably the biggest score I've had of this whole thing. At the same pawn shop, I see this game. It's Trails of Cold Steel 2. And I've got this on PlayStation 4, I believe. gotta look. I'm pretty sure I got this. Anyhow, I pull it out and I'm looking at it, and he tells me, he said, I'm gonna go ahead, he said, make me an offer on it. And I did, I was like, I'll make him a low offer because I think this game is valuable actually. It's pricey now. So I look it up and complete with the game book and everything. It's because it's got the game book. There's the game book right there. And I said with the game book and everything else, it's got the two-sided cover. It went like $80 for used. And I was like, so I made him an offer that wasn't even close to that. I said, if he takes it, he takes it. He's like, okay. I was like, really? I was like, okay. So I got Trails of Cold Steel 2. And like I said, a $80 game. And I'm kind of happy. This is one for the PlayStation 3 collection. This is one of those ones that, yeah, I'm kind of happy I picked up. Kind of happy. But yeah, that's my haul in the latest video games. I know it's coming weeks after the 50th volume, and it's just as big, but again, you don't know what you're going to find. And I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, keep on playing.